Welcome back to Talk of the Town. It's that time of year we got to start thinking about illnesses, believe it or not. It's fall, the kids are back to school. We're starting to worry about how to stay healthy, but thankfully we've got Dr. Marcia Schaefer, who joins us from Spring Creek Family Chiropractic, our health news partner and our resident expert. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Glad to have you, always glad to have you. So let's talk about trying to stay healthy this fall. What do you think causes a surge in illness in this time of year? What is that?
We have to think about it. We go from this summer where we're running outside all the time, lots of sunlight, lots of fresh air. We're drinking more water because it's nice out. And then all of a sudden, stress season starts. We're back in school. We're doing all these things. It's really, really important to know that we're surrounded by virus and bacteria all the time. So it has nothing to do with the temperature. It doesn't matter if it's hot or cold. It matters how your nervous system deals with that. So when we have this surge of increased stress, increased junk foods, no exercise, we start to get sick.
Yeah, busier families doing other activities rather than being outside in the fresh air, to your point. So you mentioned, we've talked about this before, but that cold and flu season often is really a vitamin D deficiency. So what do you think what is that? Why?
So again, the sun is where we should get most of our vitamin D. In the Midwest, I don't believe there's ever a time that you shouldn't be supplementing daily. The American Journal of Clinical Nutrition actually did a study and they found a 67% decrease in children who were able to supplement with 1,200 IU of vitamin D a day.
Wow.
So
what was that, 60?
67% decrease in the flu. Yep.
Wow.
And I'm not saying that vitamin D is going to stop the flu. I'm saying that vitamin D makes your body work the way that it should, and a healthy body is not going to get those viruses and bacteria. If you're doing blood tests, your vitamin D levels should be between 70 and 90.
Wow, okay. Good to know. That's actually a very shocking statistic, 67% reduction just for taking a supplement.
Right.
So talk about importance there. Another thing that you've taught us to avoid is sugar.
Yes.
So why even more so this time of year?
Well, if you think about it, something as little as 100 grams of sugar, which is a 20-ounce pop and 2 fun-sized candy bars, can decrease your immune function for 5 hours by 40%.
Wow.
So also, your first responders, when you get sick, a virus, a bacteria, inflammation, anything like that, white blood cells are what go after that stuff to wipe it out. Well, if you've got your sugar spike and you're having all this extra sugar, your white blood cells are going to go after that sugar and the inflammation that that's causing instead of the virus and bacteria. So even more so important, the processed sugar needs to get out of the diet or in moderation.
That's crazy to think about. I didn't realize sugar had that big of an effect on your immune system. I always have to pick my jaw off the floor when you're here. So how do you help, or how can chiropractic care help these things?
Well, we are nervous system experts. We're the only profession that's trained to locate, detect, correct what we call subluxation. You know, I have a lot of people that feel that there's no difference. Chiropractic care in the winter versus the summer or whatnot, they felt that there's really no difference until they start under care and they find that not only do they not get sick, but they also, if they do get sick, it's a very, very mild form. So it's pretty amazing what your body can do when you let it function the way that it's supposed to.
Wow, it's all connected. We always learn that from you. Let's talk about a topic that is big on everyone's mind right now as we come into fall. Let's talk about the flu shot. What are your thoughts there?
Well, there's a really big difference between what marketing says and what actual research says. The flu shot, according to the CDC, according to the flu insert, has not been shown effective. One of my biggest, as you know, I work with pregnant women a lot. One of my biggest frustrations is that they're pushing this so hard on pregnant women, and there have been no studies proven for any efficacy for the flu shot in pregnancy. It's crazy at what media can pick up and what things can pick up instead of what actual science is telling us.
Yeah, and this is a controversial topic for some folks, but it is interesting the more you read, that they're finding, less and less efficiency and even some of the studies from this year. I'm not the expert, I shouldn't be talking about this, but I've read some things about this year that are really shocking. So do your research or call Dr. Marcia. So what do you suggest, if there's one or two things that people do to stay healthy this fall and winter?
Well, make sure that you have your essential nutrients that you need to be having, water, most important, wash your hands, but also, get your adequate sleep. Make sure you're getting good sleep, and do your gratitude journal. Do something. Think of something that you're grateful for every single day, and try to make sure that your body's in a good state of health in all aspects, and of course get adjusted.
Absolutely. So really just the basic things, right? Some basic life components, vitamin D. Chiropractic care is a wonderful way to get healthy in a holistic manner without the drugs, and you're really treating the core, the root problems instead of the symptoms.
Right.
So thank you very much, Dr. Marcia from Spring Creek Family Chiropractic, our health news partner. We're going to have her back. We always do. Stick around. We've got more Talk of the Town coming up after this.